Ottawa is funding 20 experimental projects across the country to help nonprofits and community groups tackle the housing crisis. The ideas? Everything from new ownership models to unlocking land. It's part of a 10-year national housing plan worth $115 billion. And our next guest says that affordable housing is a community problem that requires a community solution. We are now joined by Joseph MacLean. He's the CEO and founder of Four Pillars Community Housing. Joseph, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's such a big problem in this country, really, in so many countries around the world. With this funding, what do you intend to solve? How do you intend to really address this massive problem?
Well, as you said in your opening, it's a community problem, requires a community solution. Canada has huge amount of savings, for example. We have trillions of dollars in our savings accounts. If we turned that money into community housing bonds, for example, like they did in Ontario, Indwell Housing, they had a 3.5% bond. 60% of the donors donated the interest back. So effectively, they had 1.75% interest. For every 2% of interest you save on a $700,000 mortgage, you save $432 a month. If we do that for 3.5 million homes, that's a $500 billion. So we need to come together as a community and come up with solutions on how to build housing at scale.
You know, and I think about the housing crisis and how it affects every sector of society, from young people trying to get into the market to, you know, families that are trying to make ends meet. How do you think solutions like these, like in this program, will help curb that problem of the lack of affordable housing?
Well, we have four pillars: zero-cost land, below market financing, expedited delivery, modular housing systems, AI permitting systems, and build community models that are driven from the community up, not development industry down. When we really look at it, and we're really going to help families stay in their communities, generational wealth will build. Because of Bill 44, we now have 1 million properties that are open to development. You used to just have one home. Now you can have an ADU, laneway house, carriage house, multiplex. So these types of building opportunities will actually give communities a chance to address the problem themselves.
And Joseph, you know this, that these kinds of solutions offer really a glimmer of hope for those who are trying to get into the housing market. How soon can they feel the impact?
We believe that we have some initial market research to do. The first 3 months, we're going to go out and ask the community, would you buy a bond? We've already done the market research. It says 60% will buy a housing bond or a social purpose REIT, real estate investment trust. And some of them will donate the money back. So we say within 6 months, we'll be actually building houses.
Okay.
Within a year, our goal is to be delivering 50 to 100 units within the community. We're not the housing builders, we're the facilitators. We're a community resource, if you will, to bring all these components together so we can actually start building affordable, attainable housing at scale.
And Joseph, allow me a reality check, because these are complicated problems with complicated solutions. What challenges do you foresee in trying to implement these solutions?
A big challenge is building.
Okay.
You know, so if you've got, so we have a modular housing industry that's operating at 25 to 30% capacity.
Okay.
They don't get the orders in a timely fashion. The financial structure for selling an ADU, which is a chattel, not something like a tower that you can get staged investment in, CMHC is looking at changing that. By the way, CMHC is funding this, and we want to thank the National Housing Strategy very much, because we're being able to go out into the community and build this support, this sort of groundswell. And we can do it as Canadians. We can actually get out there and solve this problem. The builders themselves, the $25 billion coming from the feds is going to help a lot. But we still have to have a system in place. So it's a systems change that's required.
All right, Joseph MacLean, thank you so much. A lot of people really listening in for these solutions for this problem that touches every sector of our society. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please go to iinvestinhousing.com.
Okay, very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Joseph MacLean is the CEO and founder of Four Pillars Community Housing.